It's that time of the year again, exam period. Whether you're trying to escape the F-zone or trying to maintain your top student status, you're bound to feel at least some pressure. And how do you reduce this pressure? One way is to have a study plan or method you can trust. So you've been missing classes, or attending them and still having trouble understanding what's going on. Well, I have news for you. Congratulations, you're not cooked yet, if you make the right moves now. In my last video, we already established that AI is everywhere and can do almost anything. Well, with such a powerful tool at your fingertips, not taking advantage of it is simply criminal. And who else would be better to guide you through using such tools than me? There's a lot of AIs out there that can be called study AI. Heck, you can even use ChatGPT to study, and many of those AIs use the same features, but only few AIs really stand out. And after hours of testing and research, I'm going to be showing you 3 AIs that can improve the way you study. And if you stick around to the end, you'll get to see the final boss of study AIs. Before we start, to test the AIs as fairly as possible, I uploaded one single study material to see how each helps me understand it. With an understanding of that, let's get into it. Number 1, Study Fetch. Study Fetch is like that one amusement park. Lots of rides, everything looks fun enough to go on, but at the same time, it can all be disorienting. But don't worry, I'm here to walk you through it. It's nothing too scary when you understand what you're looking for. The first thing we're going to be looking at is the study plan section. This section is where everything concerning your material and your progress stays. Here you can add an exam date to improve study schedules, or you can also track your progress in learning and understanding different sections of your lecture material. Next, the chatbot. This chatbot, like all chatbots, allows you to ask questions and answers those questions for you. But it can do more than that. It can generate quizzes for you inside the chat and give you relevant responses if you answer correctly or fail a question. And then there's the Tutor Me feature, which is locked behind a paywall. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to make you pass while spending $0. So let's skip that. On to the next one. You can record lectures using Study Fetch, and its ability to catch audio is actually very good. You can also take notes while recording lectures. And you can edit the transcript if the AI doesn't get it so well. And for all my fellow visual learners out there, you can generate a video from your course material as well, and also generate a separate audio where you can ask questions while the AI explains the note to you, and it will stop what it's saying, just to give you the answers you need. But these things do have a monthly usage limit. In the practice section, you have various other features hiding, like the quiz fetch and test features. What's the difference between the two, you ask? Well, quiz fetch gives you a response immediately after you answer a question. Whether you get it right or wrong doesn't matter. Another key difference is the confidence system. The confidence system is a system that improves the way you recall certain info by gauging your confidence in each answer. After you answer a question, the AI gauges how well you know what you're talking about based on your response. And there are 3 responses: not very confident, somewhat confident, and very confident. It uses this data to keep track of your weak areas and focus more on helping you reinforce your understanding of it. While the test feature gives you the regular kind of test we all know and hate, you answer all the questions and you are graded at the end. And then we have flashcards, which allows the AI to make flashcards out of your materials. And the arcade mode allows you to create your own games from your study materials, or you play a game made up of random questions you may have never seen before. The problem with this mode is that it splits your focus between playing the game and answering questions, and that may leave you having accomplished nothing. For this video, I'm not going to be talking about the essay grader. Well, those are all the features we can talk about for now. Honestly, Study Fetch can be a lot to take in, but good thing you had me as a guide. Now, the downside to Study Fetch is that with all the cool features come a short usage limit. So keep that in mind and reserve usage for only when you really need to. The next one we'll be looking at gives you a more friendly limit to how you use it. Number 2, Gizmo. Right off the bat, once you upload your study material, you're given 3 options of how you want your learning to proceed. 1 is Memorize, which aims to create mental patterns that allows you to recall information much more easily just by seeing or remembering certain keywords, which is a fancy way of saying it gives you flashcards and tests you based on the cards. Then there's the Note option, which turns your notes into smaller notes? No, but seriously, what Gizmo actually does is that it reads through your whole material in mere seconds and provides key points that makes understanding or even cramming easier for you. And the last option is the step-by-step approach. And what this does is break down each major point in the material into steps. Each step has a short, understandable lesson to make sure that you fully understand properly before you move on to the next step. You can also make these lessons a lot simpler or a lot more detailed if that's what you want. At the end of each step, there's a short quiz to help you test what you learned. That is as thorough as it gets if you ask me. Another thing I like is the streak feature. I don't know about you, but when I see a streak, I'm motivated to keep grinding. And you can find your friends who use Gizmo and challenge them to keep learning both competitive and fun. And last on the list is Notebook LM. Notebook LM is like the combination of Study Fetch and Gizmo. A whole lot of features with a lot, and I mean a lot of free usage, even more than Gizmo. The first thing that caught my attention is how much control it gives you over the sources you use for your studying, which is great because now you have your different sources and materials in one general area, rather than creating a new study session each time you want to add study material, and you can just turn off the sources you don't need for the response. But this can make your study area much more disorganized, so be careful how many materials you have in one place. That's not all. It takes your liberties to the next step by allowing you to configure how you want the AI itself to respond to you. You can get it to respond like a learning guide, leave it to respond as it always does, or give it custom parameters for responses if that's what you need. You can also adjust the length of the response you get, and all this customization is off the chatbot alone. If I were to go over all the customization of all the different features, most of you wouldn't even get to the end of the video. So, let's head over to the right side of the screen and go through the features. After you upload your materials, you have a lot of options that accommodate different types of learners. For visual learners, you can generate videos to help you understand better, but that takes a bit of time, so keep that in mind. You can also generate audios in the form of podcasts, which you can interrupt to ask questions by switching to interactive mode and clicking the join button to join in on the conversation as if you were right there with them. And one of the best parts is you don't even have to type, which is such a hassle if you have to ask a long question. When you ask a question, it picks up on the audio and answers you after thinking for a while. You can also generate quizzes, which is something anyone would expect from a study AI. You can generate reports as well. Just add the materials and authors you want to cite. Notebook will handle the rest. But remember, it's AI and AI makes mistakes, so I would encourage you to go through any reports generated by it. And then we have our standard procedure flashcards. Moving on, we have the data table, which I haven't seen on any other study AI. It takes the material, analyzes vital info, and arranges it in a tabular manner that makes it easier for you to understand. And the last feature I'll be talking about, which is my personal favorite, is mind maps. It breaks down the note into branches, from the parent node to different connected nodes which contain key points. And each child node can be broken down even further. Why do I like it so much? Well, because it suits my learning style just fine, and it's an easy and quick way to scan through a subject you have prior knowledge about, or you are in a rush to study. For this video, I won't be talking about the beta features, because who knows how they would have changed, or if they would still be around by the time you see this video. So that's it for this video. By watching this, hopefully you found a way to maintain your straight A status, or a way to escape the F zone. So remember to subscribe and click the bell if you want to stay updated in all things AI. See you next time.